What's up, everyone? Trent here.
Along with Julia.
Welcome back to the Fandom Zone. We're checking out episode 2 of Loki, everyone's favourite mischief maker. The variant, this one's called.
Yes.
After the introduction of the TVA and Mobius and Mobius, we're learning that Loki is chasing after himself.
Which is the perfect setup for this show.
Right, it's a Loki show. Let Loki chase after a different version or variant of Loki. It's perfect.
Loki on top of Loki on top of Loki.
Mischief, 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 mischief. Let's get into it. Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe. You know what to do. We love hearing from you.
Let's get into this.
Let's go. Who doesn't like Ren fairs?
I'd love to go to one.
Right.
But not an Aussie one.
No.
I want to go to America.
A full-on one in the States.
Let's move.
Cosplay.
Yep, some of us need cosplay. It's our thing.
The trap, watch your back.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. First Masters of the Universe and now Loki. I love Bonnie Tyler
I know.
so much.
Enjoy the montage.
Uh-oh. I love that all it takes is a touch.
Yes.
Just to get them under the spell.
Ooh.
Oh,
He
he
did.
dead. Ah! It's like a Pit Boy
Yeah.
from Fallout. I need hero. I could honestly listen to that song all day, every day. That was my song in high school. I was that kid. I'm like, I've got metal and I've got Bonnie Tyler.
There's no in between.
There's no in between.
Okay, y'all. Let's review what we've learned. What
That's,
happens in the next event
Tara
breaks
Strong.
past red line?
Can you hear me? Are you recording or are you live?
Sort of both. Hey, quit! Hey, not nice.
I never imagined Loki as a desk jockey.
But I'm extremely happy with the look.
It's a good look.
We've grabbed enough temporal aura to know it's our Loki variant, but which kind of Loki remains unknown.
Ooh.
Let me see the back of that jacket.
So I wonder how many Lokis they've... So I wonder how many they've actually encountered so far.
We're looking for a Loki, a variation of this guy. A type we should all be very familiar
Look
with.
at the pose.
Because the TVA has pruned a lot of these guys, almost more than any other variant. No two are alike. Slight differences in appearances, or not so slight. Different powers, although powers generally include shape-shifting, illusion, projection, and my favorite.
Oh, very nice.
Illusion projection involves depicting a detailed image from outside oneself which is perceptible in the external world, whereas duplication casting entails recreating an exact facsimile of one's own body in its present circumstance, which acts as a true holographic mirror of its molecular structure. But, you already knew that. I'll have my magic back. You're no one concerned about that. For what? Me betraying you.
No, why not? Because you already know that we can catch you, and how's betraying us going to get you any closer to the timekeepers?
I've already took the timekeepers on the table.
Keep that focus.
Good way to keep him on task. Give him incentive. Incentive to behave.
Nexus events destabilize the time flow. This branch is still changing and growing, so you gotta show up in real time. Did you watch any of the training videos you to?
Right. As many as I can stand, the TVA propaganda is exhausting.
And what do these do?
Reset charges prune the effective radius of a branched timeline, allowing time to heal all its wounds. Which, by the way, sounds like a nice way of saying disintegrate everything its vicinity.
Yep.
Yep.
Darn it. And watch the videos. See some of them.
Bureaucracy at its finest.
If you leave this tent, you'll end up like them.
What do you see?
I see a scheme. And in that scheme, I see myself. We have a saying in Asgard. Where there are wolf's ears, wolf's teeth are near. It means to be aware of your surroundings. Which is absurd, because my people are by nature gullible fools. A trait that I, the god of mischief, exploited time and time again simply by listening. My teeth were sharp, but my ears even sharper. The time-variant authority and the gods of Asgard, one and the same. Drunk with power, blinded to the truth. Those you underestimate will devour you. You underestimate me. Just as you underestimate this lesser Loki. Which is why you walk into one
lesser.
wolf's mouth after another. But I need assurances.
Yeah.
Assurances that I won't be completely disintegrated the moment the job has been done.
Right.
I will need to speak to the timekeepers at once. They're in graver danger than we realized.
Seems like a ploy.
Mm-hmm.
When he gets that voice.
He's lying.
Someone else here.
It's a good effect.
It's good. They didn't show it in full effect last episode.
That's creepy.
Mm.
I like it.
I love it.
This variant is insubordinate, stubborn, unpredictable.
Loki.
Sounds like someone else I know.
I was just thinking it sounds like someone I know. Now, the variant likes to stall for time, and eventually we'll catch the other one doing the same thing because understanding this Loki helps me get closer to the one we're chasing. Right?
Look, I know you have a soft spot for broken things.
I don't think so.
Yes, you do.
Sit up. Sometimes you get tired of playing the same part. Is that possible? It can change?
Not unless the timekeepers decree it.
So he's got
The timekeepers are monitoring every aspect of this case. I've never seen them so involved.
You're probably wondering what happened out on the mission. That was your first lesson in catching a Loki. Expect the expected. See, half the fun of being a trickster is knowing everyone knows you're a trickster, and then many of your tricks can come from exploiting the fact that you know that they know.
He's reminding me of Bill Bailey.
What happened to the guy not only
In IT, not IT, Black Books.
Stuck with this guy who won't stop yakking away about what makes a Loki tick.
Wait, isn't that precisely why I'm here?
No, I don't care what makes you tick. You're here to help me catch the superior version of yourself.
Oh.
That's it.
I'm not sure superior is actually quite the right
See,
word.
there it is, right there. I believe, stupidly, that insecure need for validation would motivate you to find a killer. Not because you care about the TVA mission or being a hero, but because you know this variant is better than you. And you can't take
Egomaniac. Play to his ego.
It is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. I've been playing a game of my own all along.
What? Charm your way in front of the timekeepers, hustle them, and seize control of the TVA? Am I getting warm? Double-crossed by history's most reliable liar. I'll give you two options, and you can believe whichever one you want. A, because I see a scared little boy shivering in the cold, and you kind of feel bad for that ice runt. Or B, I just want to catch this guy, and I'll tell you whatever I need to tell you.
Mutually beneficial partnership.
What is my desperate last chance required?
Work. Work.
Ugh. Ooh,
Oh, that's trippy.
that's trippy.
The building ought to be huge deities.
I need you to go over each and every one of the variants case files and then give me your, how do I unique Loki perspective. Who knows? Maybe there's something that we missed.
Well, you're idiots. I suspect you probably missed a lot.
Well, that's why I love that guy. A little bit more. Here's a good trick for you. Pretend your life depends on it. I'm gonna get a snack.
I love the detail.
Oh my goodness. Every time the variant ambushed and killed another team of men. And stole their research on it as well. I like all files pertaining to the creation of the TVA.
Those are classified.
Okay, I like all files pertaining to the beginning of time then.
Those are classified.
Okay, the end of time.
Those are
Okay,
classified.
what files can I have?
It's easy.
I'm an egomaniac, but I don't want to read about me. Actually, it could be interesting because he doesn't know a lot of this stuff.
Mm.
He's hiding in apocalypses.
Which apocalypse? Anytime in history, there's like a million of them.
Ragnarok. Are you familiar?
Yes, the destruction of Asgard and most of its people. I'm sorry.
Yes. Very sad. Anyway, it got me thinking. Let's just say
What are you doing?
your salad is Asgard
No,
in the scene.
it's not Asgard.
It's
That's
a
my
metaphor.
lunch.
Just hang in there.
I want that salad.
I could go down to Asgard before Ragnarok causes its complete destruction, and I could do anything I wanted. I could, let's say, push the Hulk off the Rainbow Bridge. There he goes.
The salt's Hulk.
And I could also set fire to the palace.
No, just stop. Don't set fire to the palace.
I can do whatever I want to do, and it would never matter. It wouldn't go against the dictates of the timeline because Ragnarok, Surtur will destroy Asgard no matter what I do.
No, don't do it.
There's the apocalypse.
That's the apocalypse.
Ragnarok obliterates the salt. Ragnarok. There it is.
What am I looking at?
Okay, it was a clumsy metaphor, but you see what I mean? The variant could be hiding in the apocalypse and do whatever he wants, and we wouldn't know. Take me to a real apocalypse. Take me to Ragnarok. I'll show you.
Oh, yeah, so you can run away back to your homeland? No.
No, I'm not going home. We could go anywhere.
I'm not taking you for a stroll along the promenade, much less an apocalypse.
Oh, Mobius, come on. What could possibly go wrong?
Here's a fun theory. You lure me out into the field and then you stab me in the back. And that's a theory I don't want to test.
I've never stabbed him in the back. That's the point of betrayal.
You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
I never do it again.
From right now, I'll never do it again. Oh, we're going pretty far back.
I'm going one of the biggest apocalypse.
Yep.
Until this entire town is wiped off the face of its planet. Imagine all that volcanic ash.
I know we don't want to get too giddy.
Oh, come on. It's cool.
It's just not in good things because of
We're all gonna die anyway.
I know. Now listen, only wants to tend bad for any variance energy.
Okay.
Because we gotta be careful. If you're wrong, and there's a good chance you are, anything we do can create a huge branch. Okay, so we're gonna start very small disturbances.
Very small.
Can you make bird noises?
Bird noises.
Yeah, bird noises, like whooshing noises.
Monitori estis. Istemos. Ignes. Pastos per saecola in vos est. Eomitur.
He's so happy.
Dio hac esse vera. Quod ego.
Oh god.
Celia would never even know you were here. If it were me, this is where I would hide.
Yeah, but in order for this theory to hold, disasters have to be naturally occurring, sudden, No warning, no survivors.
How many of those disasters could there possibly be?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
I was gonna say a lot.
Well, especially if they're going cosmic.
Yeah.
In the early 1990s, for a brief, shining moment, there was a beautiful union of form and function, which we call the jet ski. Reasonable man cannot differ.
You ever been on one?
No. I think a TVA agent showing up on a jet ski on the sacred timeline, that would create a branch for sure.
That'll be fun, though.
Yeah.
There's a plot point that's going to be explored later on. Oh, Wilson on a jet ski.
3 magic lizards
Timekeepers,
created the TVA, and everyone in it,
right?
including you.
Including me.
You see, every time I start to admire your intelligence, you say something like that.
Who created you, Loki?
A frost giant of Jotunheim.
And who raised you?
Odin of Asgard.
Odin, god of the heavens, Asgard, mystical realm beyond the stars, frost giants. Listen to
It's not the
yourself.
same, they're completely different.
No,
It's not the same.
actually, it's exactly the same thing, because if you think too hard about where any of us came from, who we truly are, it sounds kind of ridiculous. Existence is chaos. Nothing makes any sense, and we try to make some sense of it.
Existence
I'm
is
just lucky that the
futile.
chaos I emerged into gave me all this. My own glorious purpose.
Fair enough. You believe it's real.
Yeah.
So everything is written. Past, present, future. There's no such thing as free will.
Well, I mean, it's an oversimplification.
So in fact, in a way, you and I, here at the TVA, we're the only ones who are actually free. How does it all end?
That's a work in progress.
Oh, those lazy timekeepers, what are they waiting for?
Au contraire. No, because while we protect what came before, they're toiling away in their chamber, untangling the epilogue from its infinite branches.
I see. So, when they're finished, what happens then?
So are we. No more Nexus events, just order, and we meet in peace at the end of time. Nice, right?
Why does no one? Even I don't trust the world ending
I-
in peace.
I don't trust anything that is being said about the timekeepers at all.
You know, you called me a scared little boy.
I called you a lot of things.
You did. You're wrong, though. You see, I know something children don't.
What's that?
That no one bad is ever truly bad. And no one good is ever truly good.
Scared little boy.
Yes, it was quite patronizing. I think it was a bit too far, actually.
You're very clever.
Clever little boy.
I know.
Duh.
Okay, Louis was only sold regionally on Earth from 2047 to 2051. All you gotta do is cross-reference that with every apocalyptic event. I'm gonna give you half, and let's make it a competition. See who finds it.
Sure.
Okay? What, you wanna bet something?
Yeah.
Gentleman's bet? Yeah, let's play for pride. Okay, then best move.
You want me to approve deployment of a fully armed task force to the
Yeah.
variant's potential hiding spot? And this is all based on a theory from the variant who just blew your previous mission.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Okay,
Yes. Okay.
but Maurice, there's not much I can do if it doesn't work out.
For all time.
I don't trust her
No.
because she is Kang's love interest.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're on. You're doing some good work today.
I thought so too.
Telling you, you actually help us catch this variant, and who knows, friend?
What, good enough for a face-to-face with the timekeepers?
I didn't say that. One step at a time. Just in case.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
So keep an eye out for the missing charges. And if you see a Loki, prune it.
The bad Loki, preferably.
I love how everyone else has like protective gear.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
just
has
going out in a blazer.
nothing.
Hey, Roxanne. Best evil corporation in the Marvel universe. I wonder if Dario Agga's going to be in the MCU at some point. He was the head of Roxanne.
using magic to dry my clothes. So I then announced myself with every squeaky footstep like the rest of you.
I like the music.
I do too.
Little robot. Uh-oh.
Whoa, it's okay. Okay.
What are you doing?
Shopping for plants.
During
In the store.
hurricane.
It's a hurricane sale. Azaleas are half off.
Oop.
Oh.
So, you're the fool the TVA brought in.
Oh,
to hunt
dear.
me down.
Me, I presume.
Please. If anyone's anyone,
You.
you're me.
Oh, creepy.
Nice to meet you. I'm working for me.
Oh, you really believe that, don't you?
Yep.
And here I was worried that they found a better version of me.
Oh my god. You went undercover.
If you could possibly sheathe your smile for a moment, I have an offer for you. That's why I found you. I'm going to overthrow the timekeepers. Cards on the table. I could use a qualified lieutenant. What say you? Loki.
Ugh, don't call me that. You can call me Randy.
God, now I understand why Thor found this so annoying. Listen, enough of the games. I've been trying to help you.
After 8 to 10 seconds of consideration, the answer is no. I'm not interested in ruling the Time Variance Authority.
I gave it away.
What did you give
The
away?
timekeepers, where they are. I gave it away how to find them.
I see. That's your plan. Lure us all here so you could blow the place up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I miss Randy.
You really do love to hear yourself talk.
You're the first person to tell me. I would never treat me like this.
I have shit to do.
Why does he always get beat up?
Aw. Robo puppies.
Please start hurling robot dogs.
What do you want from me? What is this about? Brace yourself, Loki.
Oh.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
This isn't about you.
Yay!
Yes. Oh, that's creepy but awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's a lot.
Oh wow.
Where are they going?
Oh, damn.
Oh damn.
Uh-oh. Now, why would you have one of those phones?
Damn.
I saw Vormir there. Xandar.
Yeah.
I love the outfit.
I love it. I love the little horns.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. But what else would you do with people running towards you with weapons that can, like, destroy you.
That don't trust you.
Yeah, that
They
don't trust
assume that
you.
this is all you still.
Yes. They
Like-
have not seen female you.
Yeah. Lady Loki.
Lady Loki! We have Lady Loki.
I love it because when I first started reading Thor, it was at that point where it was J. Michael Straczynski doing the issues, and actually Thor 5 was the first issue that I picked up when I walked into the comic store. I obviously got the previous 4 in the back issue bin, but that was when Lady Loki came in, taking over Sif's body. So again, a nice little introduction of Loki in lady form, Lady Loki taking over other people's bodies.
Yes.
And being in them, using their bodies with her mind and her personality. So I really liked that episode. It was fast paced. A lot went on, a lot of exposition and backstory.
Yes.
It was
very heavy.
It was very heavy. A lot of potential plot threads seeded that are going to be explored later on. I mean, it went so fast that there's a lot that I'm trying to think of what happened, and it was just boom, 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 boom,
Yes.
boom. Like we got the Ren Fair where we get a lot of awesome banter between Mobius and Loki, and we get to see a bit of their personalities kind of interacting, and the game of one-upsmanship. You can see it's like a chess game.
It is that chess game, but this Loki in particular seems to be not 10 steps ahead. He is behind the 8 ball with this. And then bringing in that aspect of being called out on that as well.
Yeah.
And going, no, you're not.
Yeah.
You just think you are.
You think you are because I'm going to tell you what you're going to do now, and he's like, crap.
Yeah.
I've met my match here.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of with the ending. I kind of wish that. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen next week, but I feel like they've taken him away from Mobius just that little bit too early, because I'd like to see them kind of maybe him try to get away and get hindered by him a bit.
Or that little bit more of trust building in the sense that, yes, I tried to escape, but I didn't escape. And here I am, and I'm willing to help. And like, it was really good having that bonding moment with them where it's, okay, gentleman's agreement, it's pride on the line, let's do this. That's really funny because I don't know how many times that actually happens at work as well, where it's sitting there going, okay, let's bet this $1 million. Come on. No, make it an honest bet. Okay, pride.
Give me
okay,
money.
Done.
Always money.
It's,
And again, that's just a little personal thing. Nothing wrong with it by any means, because I'm sure we're going to see a lot more between Mobius and Loki moving forward. But I'm really enjoying the series so far. Like the design of the TVA, it's looking more and more futuristic while keeping the kind of 50s and 60s technology.
How I'm finding it though, it's very futuristic to a point. But then anyone working within it is hindered.
It's very grounded.
Yeah.
It's very grounded
it seems like
there's a limit.
There's a limit and it's pulled back, and there seems to be an extension of that limit because you are dealing with time, but it's never gone... You're not just like Doctor Who free-wearing TARDIS kind of aspect.
So speaking of Doctor Who, I loved that Pompeii scene.
Oh, that Pompeii. All I could think about it was the Doctor coming out and just going, what are you doing?
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey things. And that's how Loki portrayed that. He was essentially the Doctor.
And it was doing that in the sense that, and the exact same concept was actually explored in Doctor Who of he cannot change this event.
Yes.
It is going to happen. It is always going to happen because it's one of those major events in history.
And that was an interesting point of you're going to find this Loki in an apocalyptic scenario because of that finality.
Because you can, in those moments, do anything and it have no effect.
Consequence.
The salt and pepper have no effect on the juice hitting the salad.
It was a wonderful metaphor.
It
was fantastic. And then to have that concept explored at the end of the episode as well, where they are in the apocalyptic zone, but she changes things to go outside of the scope of the hurricane at Roxcart. Goes, love Roxon. To go outside the scope of the hurricane with the bombs not knowing where those bombs are going.
Yeah.
It was just to get. Well, from what I took of it, it was to get all the TVA agents there to kind of... She'd got all the reset devices ready, got the agents there so they weren't chasing after her anymore, drew them all into that one point so then she could have free reign to disrupt other timelines. And they clearly weren't ready for it because you saw the response, like any sort of government intelligence agency, they panic when something goes wrong and they're trying to dial on the
The rotary
phones, and
Yeah.
it's just the game of one-upsmanship between Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston has been
superseded
taken over by Lady
by
Loki.
Lady Loki, who looks amazing. I'm really happy they didn't go dark hair, long flowing black hair, just like the female version of Tom. I'm glad they kind of went
Well, I'm
opposite.
I'm throwing out something here as well.
Ooh.
We're just saying it's Lady Loki. That's an assumption. And what makes me say that is that when Loki said, "Loki, you're me,"
Yeah.
and I think it was Randy at that point said, "Oh, don't call me that name." That got me thinking. I'm like, why would Loki, who's a megalomaniac,
Not like
the sound of his own name, even if it's Lady
yeah.
Loki? So So
yeah.
I'm throwing it out there. There's a possibility being blonde, adept in magic,
Oh,
enchantress.
Enchantress.
That's I'm throwing that out there. It may not be, but it very well
I like that theory though.
it very well could be, because we're just putting that assumption that we've seen the horns, we've
and
seen it,
seen Loki.
and we've been told by the TVA that it's a Loki
Loki.
variant.
What
But
happens if it's Enchantress?
Yeah. What if it's just a Loki variant because that's what they've seen?
Or that's what she wants them to
Yeah.
believe as well.
Could very well be wrong.
Ooh.
Could very well be wrong.
It's a good
But
theory,
That was
though.
the
I
first
like
thing.
the
That was the
theory.
first thing that popped in my head when I
Yeah.
saw it. I'm like, "Ooh, Lady Loki. Ooh, Lorelei." So that's interesting as well. But there was a lot of good things that played in this episode that I enjoyed. The pacing was good. I would like a little bit more of the drama that we got in the first episode of Loki.
Yes.
Like, and where I say that was he really brushed past Ragnarok, even though he knows that it happened. He kind of brushed past that with bravado and playfulness, and we saw him cry over it, but then that was it. It was a minute thing.
I'm thinking there may be a loop back to Ragnarok because it's been brought up now. Every episode so far has brought in the concept of Ragnarok and what happened, and in the same sense, there's those little the Easter eggs through. I think this may be something that links back later.
Yeah.
Whether it's the fact that now we've got a bomb that's gone through to different events, maybe one's happened.
Yeah,
there.
true, and it's changed different
And it
things. So
changes
how's the
different
timeline
things.
going to look after all this happens?
Exactly.
Good point. Because
And it's then we may be seeing character development in the sense of we see Loki actually dealing with Ragnarok from a different perspective
and going through it.
and going through it.
Yeah, not his self on the Rainbow Bridge, but him kind of
Ducking, weaving,
doing
watching-
the Endgame scenario where they're doing their own thing, and they have to
Yes.
correct things. Interesting, yeah. But the other thing that where they're mentioning the timekeepers a lot, they're mentioning them so much that there's these big controllers. They oversee everything.
Is it bad I'm picturing little geckos going?
I think they'd be humanoid, a little bit bigger than probably Hulk size. But they're mentioning them so much, so they're building them up to either a big deal and reveal
yeah.
where they have a big consequence, or it's
nothing.
all some sort of twist.
Yes.
Of
Yeah.
is there actually these timekeepers? Are these
there's-
people at the TVA actually working for anything of significance,
Are
or
they
is
actually working for the timekeepers? Is it just a fantasy? Is it
is it a controlling mechanism?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because especially that existential talk as well, with the existence
And the
of
finality.
and the finality of it. Because I've had that same conversation with, of all people, my mathematics tutor, where it is the experience of your own reality is defined by yourself, not anyone else. So you only define your own reality within your own constructs. So how do you know if this is happening? It's really trippy for a 17-year-old. But it is that aspect of what is this therefore overarching aspect, and if the only two people who know it are therefore them sitting there and they are free, then what is free will?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah.
deep. I love it.
I like that a lot. It was simple, but it was effective dialogue that gets you thinking of the grand scheme of things outside of that particular room.
But then the almost cultish replay and response to that as well that Mobius had
yeah.
was that there is no Avatar in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very much that for me.
What happens if you go off the time? Or what happens if you don't? If all that happens, what then? It's a big existential question, and I really enjoy it. So I'm liking the themes that they're going with. I'm enjoying that Ravonna Renslayer, who is the love interest slash, I'm pretty sure, wife of Kang.
Yeah, thanks for dropping that in the middle of an episode.
Yeah, just figured I'd throw that out there. How she's going to play into it, because she's obviously very high up in the chain.
Yeah, she has her own office with whiskey.
And she also was the person who,
signs off on things.
Well, punished, judged Loki in the first episode.
True.
So she seems to have an ear in the Timekeepers.
Yes.
In the Timekeepers' goings on, and has a way of connecting with them. Is that playing into something more nefarious? Are there actually Timekeepers? Are they a big fallacy that they've made this agency to believe?
Are you just wanting Kang to show up?
Kang's showing up. It's just a matter of when. Is it going to be in Loki at some point, or is it we don't have to wait for Quantum Mania to happen? He's coming. It's just a matter of
when.
Is this going to link to it? Are we going to get some sort of cameo or some sort of passing comment to him? Because it's to have her in there is a significant deal.
Yeah.
So something significant is going to have to happen to her later on to it's presumably something's got to happen to her to get Kang involved at some point, presumably. But I'm enjoying the series so far. 2 episodes in, it's moving at a pace that I am actually kind of enjoying a bit more than WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't think it's as... each one has had its own theme that I've enjoyed. So it's impossible to compare because they're all entirely different. In terms of pacing, I'm enjoying this one more.
Yeah.
Just because it's going full on, but it's just not... This episode just didn't have the emotional depth that, say, Falcon and Winter Soldier had.
Yeah.
And even then there was so much drama and depth in those first couple of episodes of Captain America and Winter Soldier now that it's a comparative thing, but Marvel's knocking it out of the park.
Oh, definitely.
With the shows. I'm loving
100%.
it. I'm loving it. So yeah, tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Sorry we had a bit longer of a chat then, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm Trent.
I'm Julia.
Subscribe to the channel, give you a thumbs up, and yeah, we love hearing from you. And as always,
Keep it nerdy.